Our next speaker is Mr. Bhavya Srivastava. He is General Manager, Environment and Process Monitoring in Thermo Scientific India Private Limited. Mr. Bhavya holds a BTech degree in Electronics and Communication, and further he has done his Masters in Marketing and Operations Management. He is having a professional experience of more than 17 years in process automation, instrumentation engineering, and he is presently associated with Thermo Scientific India Private Limited, Mumbai, as General Manager. His key focus area of work is around analytical solutions, which enables the customer and stakeholders both, making the world healthier, greener, and safer. He has been continuously working in the field of online monitoring in applications such as stack emissions, SEMS, ambient air monitoring, process monitoring, water quality monitoring, etc. Sir, it's open to you for you. Please try to cover it up within 8 to 10 minutes.
That's a tough ask you have given, but I will try to manage within 10 minutes. Thank you very much, sir, for that introduction. A very warm good evening to all of you. My name is Bhavya Srivastava. I handle Environment and Process Monitoring Business Unit of Thermo Fisher Scientific. We'll try to briefly speak between this distinguished audience what Thermo Fisher Scientific has been doing in the field of cleaner and healthier and safer environment across the globe, and that too for our motherland country, India. So this is our global mission. Thermo Fisher Scientific is a US-based multinational company headquartered in Boston in US. We are Fortune top 100 company in the globe today, and a pure analytical company. We do nothing else other than analytics. And analytics revolves around whatever application you deal into, whether it's an online application or an offline application. And the global mission of this organization of ours is to enable our customers making the world healthier, cleaner, and safer. We have more than 125,000 colleagues on board, and we invest heavily in strengthening our R&D capabilities across the globe, and pride to our nation is one such global R&D setup is in India, in Hyderabad, which is called India Engineering Center of Thermo Fisher Scientific. It develops state-of-the-art solutions which goes not only in India but outside India, across the globe as well. We have many solutions, as I mentioned earlier, but today I will be briefly talking about the solutions which revolves around the gases application. We have liquid solutions, we have soil monitoring solutions, but today primarily I will be talking about the applications which goes into gases monitoring. And I am glad to share that Thermo Fisher is the first company in India, it's a global OEM, who has started producing gas analyzers in India last year in fact, and this goes into ambient air quality monitoring space. It goes heavily into stack emission monitoring space as well. So that is Make in India for India concept for us, and we bring cutting edge technology from US to India. So till date we were depending a lot on technology provider, which was Thermo Fisher but not in the country, but today we have the technology and the design and the solution in India itself. So it helps us many ways, not only to the organization of us but also to our country. The first, I will be talking about 5 or 4 applications which we are doing. I will not go much in detail of it, but the first of those applications is the flue gas desulfurization, because we are talking about the pollution, we are talking about the control, but as someone has rightly mentioned and said, what is not measured accurately cannot be controlled. So as we all know, thermal power plants in India have been heavily contributing to sulfur dioxide emissions. And the flue gas desulfurization, which is wet FGD, because as per the capacity you need a wet FGD plants. We started working, and the country started working somewhere in 2016, 2017, and started rolling into FGDs, where the SO2 emissions without FGD was more than 800, at times 1000 or 1100 mg per nm cube as well. And the target is to reduce it below 100 mg per nm cube. So I'm glad that we have done reasonably well in this sector. There are total 39 numbers FGDs installed in India today, out of which 12 units have been commissioned by Thermo Fisher Scientific. And we are working on another 26 to 30 units, which are accurately monitoring the SO2 at the inlet of the absorber before the flue gas gets scrubbed with the limestone slurry. And more than 95% of the SO2 is scrubbed in that absorber. And it's a very filthy flue gas which has high level of moisture content, very high level of acidic contents, and that is where our technology, which is dilution SEMS, works phenomenally well. And we have commissioned these systems in NTPC and DVC plants. And these are difficult applications to monitor online. And this is one of the applications which we have done to enable the flue gas monitoring, so that what comes out from a 150 meter height of the stack or 125 meter height of the stack is a cleaner air which is monitored very, very accurately and has an uptime of measurement of more than 90 to 95%. So this is one application. The other application is from, I'm switching from power sector to oil and gas sector. We have partnered with LensaTech, and we have done a state-of-the-art project with IOCL and LensaTech at IOCL Panipat, where we have given our solution of mass spectrometer and HPLC in 3G ethanol production actually. So it measures the off gases coming out from the refinery complexes. It goes into the ethanol production. We measure the ethanol concentration through our HPLC. It's a complete end-to-end solution which we have built in-house within our own capabilities. The analyzers are from US and UK factory of ours, but integrated and completely commissioned by Thermo Fisher Scientific in India. This is one of the pilot projects which IOCL did with us. We are yet to hear what are next plans of refinery complexes when it comes to 3G ethanol production, but the technology and the commissioning which we have achieved and the learning which we have achieved from this project is immense actually. This is a kind of a solution which we built, all classified to hazardous area classification into the refinery complex, and this is a kind of trying to give you an idea of what kind of complex integration capabilities this company of ours is able to do locally in India. The third application also is from the refinery complex, which talks about total sulfur monitoring in a products like petrol and diesel, right? So there was a time in 2020 when the strict regulatory requirement was placed to measure and maintain SO2 below 10 ppm. And that was the time we were transitioning from BS4 to BS6. Thermo Fisher, this is actually the footprint, what sulfur measurement was there in the refinery complex before 2020 and what additional measurement, process measurements we have deployed while we transitioned to BS6 platform of removal of SO2 and bringing it down to 10 ppm. Across refinery complexes, we have supplied more than 250 plus sulfur monitoring solutions. These are all hazardous area classified, doing very, very accurate measurements, and the uptime of these instruments are more than 95% in these corrosive and rough applications which you see, and the rough atmosphere what you see into the process of a refinery complex. One application which doesn't exist in India today, but it exists globally, is to measure sulfur into flare actually. We do only the flow measurement of the flare as of now as per the regulatory requirements laid down by Central Pollution Control Board, but we do not measure what are the unburnt pollutants and what are the sulfur which is being released from these flares. So our request to regulatory bodies are to please see if this application makes sense while the flares are releasing the sulfur from the flare stack. The fourth application, I'm running very quickly because I have a scarcity of time. Anyone who is more interested into these applications, we can do an offline talk. The fourth application, as many people have been talking about waste incinerators, the urban solid waste, which has been now, a worry point, and we need something to clean that urban solid waste from an urban network, and therefore we are coming up with, as a country, we are coming up with many waste to energy projects. And here there are many components which are required to be monitored in a flue gas before it goes out of atmosphere, and these incinerator applications are again very toxic in nature. You can see the components are as toxic as HCl, HF, ammonia, VOCs into it, and a very high concentration of H2O. So we have a unique, optically enhanced FTIR-based stack emission monitoring systems, which can do a hot-wet sampling of the sample and can do a real-time accurate measurement of all those parameters which you see on the previous screen. It can actually measure more than 250 components at a one given point of time. So that's the power of a FTIR solution which we build into our own factory, and the whole system looks like this, and it gets commissioned into a waste-to-energy plant. And the last but not the least, this is the CAQMS systems. Thermo Fisher has been known for this solution worldwide and in India as well. We have done a lot of installations across the country where we are monitoring more than 7 parameters online, which are sulfur dioxide, carbon monoxide, oxides of nitrogen, PM10, PM2.5. We do ozone, ammonia, and BTEX. And we also do VOC and hydrocarbon analysis. So these are the end-to-end stations what we do. And we have touched more than 125 million plus lives by putting these accurate ambient air quality monitoring systems in last 12 years. And we are spread, and we have huge installations across the industrial townships, across the urban network of CAQMS monitoring what we have achieved with the regulatory enforcement from CPCB and SPCBs in the country. We work very closely with IITs, with research institutes on ambient air quality standards, on ambient air quality research. We do a lot of mobile van activities onto it. And, the strength of Thermo Fisher is that we have also installed, at such an high altitude, we have installed at Mount Everest as well our CAQMS monitoring system. So Thermo Fisher is one, solution provider who has unique state-of-the-art cutting-edge technology on many applications. I have touched briefly only on gases application, but we have very in-depth, product portfolio and solution-oriented portfolio which revolves around all the pollutants, all your applications, whether it is a lab-based application or it is an online application. So please feel free to connect with us at any given point of time while my team and myself is here. Thank you very much for being patient. I hope this is very much in time, sir.
Yeah. Thank you for finishing it on time. It's good to understand, learn that you are becoming an enabler for the whole customers for making it a healthier, cleaner and safer workplace. Very nice to listen to it. Another one, good one was the good thing what you said. What gets measured gets monitored. So measuring any particular thing is very, very important for all of us. Our third